This is day 8 of this year's school, and just in case anyone might think that I claim to be organized or be a perfectionist, just wanted to point out that my schoolroom looks like a library vomited on it. Yeah. So this is what our schoolroom looks like right about now. And Harmon is still working on his math paper because someone forgot to grade his math for the first 7 or 8 days of school.
By the way, I finished.
He just finished, and so now I'm getting ready to grade that paper, because that's what you do. You grade papers. Hey, Shorty. And then here, I really like this, but I can't find an R. That's going to say Hands Across the World. And we did some really cool paper dolls out of a map. Can you see that? I just thought this was really cute. So these are people of all different cultures holding hands above our world map, and we really enjoyed making the paper dolls. At least I did. Did you? And I'm pretty sure Shauna did too. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that's what our crazy schoolroom looks like right now. But I'm getting ready to get it all whipped back into shape before tomorrow. And then it's going to look magnificent again. Okay, so I have everything cleaned up now. Doesn't look like crazy land in here now. And I was just going to go over a couple of things I wanted to show you. I have the crate organized, and a couple of things I wanted to mention that I didn't point out in the first video was that at the end of week 2, you can take all of the papers that have been graded. Well, this is how I do it. When they finish a paper, they go in this little basket down here, and then if you remember to grade them after they're graded and after we look over them, I bring them back over here and I put them in the back where I put the week 1 hanging file folder. I put all of the graded papers in there, and then I plan to put them all in something else at the end of the year just to keep them for my records for a little while. In the front of this crate, I have put our dry erase board. I just use this every day to go over math problems or handwriting techniques, and that is why that is there. And then under this crate, I have another crate, and this is all of the library books that we're currently using right now. And if your city doesn't have a library system where you can get a teacher's card, well, let me say, if your city has a library system where you can get a teacher's card with your homeschool identification card, I highly recommend it. That way you can go into the system and you can reserve books, put them on hold, and then save yourself a lot of time. Just go in and pick the books up really quick. And what I do is during our reading time, which they do simultaneously, gives me 20 to 30 minutes of time that I can complete a different task. They know they can come over and get any of these books, and they all kind of go along with what we're studying. And right now we're studying ecosystems and biomes, and so a lot of these books go along with what we're studying right now. Well, pretty much everything in here goes along with that, but I have a list of books, and I go on the computer and I put the books on hold, and then I just stop by the library when I'm out and pick them up. And then after the children read a book, well, first of all, I have them scan it into their Goodreads account. If you don't have the Goodreads app, you need to get it. It's great for keeping track of what books your kids have read, if they're homeschooled, or even if not. I know a lot of public school systems have AR, and since we don't do that, I've been putting their books in Goodreads just to keep track of what they've read. But after they read a book and scan it into their Goodreads list, they put it in my 31 bag here, and then whenever this bag starts getting full or that box starts to get empty, then I can just pick up the whole thing and return it to the library. That's a great way of keeping track of which books they still need to read. And so that's pretty much what I have going on there. Sorry for my breathing, I've had a cold. And then in this little basket, I'm still working on organizing this one, but I just was going to show you really quick what I have in here. I have several different little Mad Libs books that are in there, and those are for if one person finishes a task before the other person is ready to move on to the next subject, or if there's like a lull in the day, they can always grab that and do some Mad Libs. Then I have a folder here where I've pulled some different pictures out of magazines for posters or whatever we happen to be working on. It's just nice to have some of those hanging around. And then, I have some of our sheet music here for some songs we're working on. Then I've got some graph paper. And then just some coloring sheets in this folder. And in here, just some random stories that I pulled out of a book. Some bonus writing sheets. And then I've got some other stuff I'm working on that is not finished in this section. So it's basically just some empty folders. And then, are you wanting to show off my... What is that?
It's a hint on the world thing where people are, well, humans or cats, animals, I don't know what to say, are holding each other's hands, and there's some up there too.
Okay, so those are paper doll cats that I made, right?
Right.
I'm not the best paper doll maker, but I try my best.
It looked great.
Thank you. But anyways, and then I have just some magazines that I'm finished with that I put in here. You can use the letters when you're doing posters or just for things to cut out, or the images are really great. You can use them for all different kinds of things. So I try to keep a few of those. Not that I have a lot of magazine subscriptions, but when I do have a couple, randomly stick them in there. And then another thing, I just fill out their planners after school is over at the end of the day. Here's Harmon's, and then Shauna's is here. I just write all of the things that she needs to get done tomorrow, and I do put little circles. They like to check them off. And so that's what I do with Shauna's. And then Harmon has his in a similar book, but his is actually a designated planner. And then underneath their desk, I do have them keep just a book that they are currently reading. And right now, yes, this seems really crazy for a 4th grader, but this is the book, this is the book that Harmon chose to read. And I think I just accidentally pulled out his bookmark because I see it there on the floor. I hope he knows where he's at. But he's fascinated by history, just like his mom and dad. And this is about a, 750, 760 page book that he has reading. And that's probably going to take him the better part of the first half of the year. And then Shauna's book is under the, there's a shelf on the inside of hers, and she's reading the Warriors series. So that's what she has there. And then cleaned off my piano bench, which also happens to double as a kind of a desk surface during the day, but I always try to just clean it back off at the end of the day. And then in here I have some random flashcards, some homemade flashcards, and then I have this bag where I keep all of my pens, highlighters, pencil sharpeners, the flashcards that we're working on, some stickers, tape, a little staple remover, some highlighters and pens. I probably already said that. and just random things that you need to keep during the day. I don't have a desk in this room. My desk is in another room, and so that is why I have this cubby box full of these particular items. And then I also wanted to show you something I found from when I was homeschooling my older children. And I thought this was really cool that I had taken the time to do this, and I completely forgot it even existed. But this was 10 years ago. This was our school year from exactly 10 years ago. And I guess I just picked random things that we had done and sewing projects, and then just some art projects, edible art. And there's Ivy. When she was homeschooled. There's Ben, and then some bike riding, and just some field trips we went on, and just random things, friends, and lessons. It looks like I maybe didn't finish a couple of pages. And then some of our science projects, and just a little bit of stuff that I wrote about what we were doing. Here's some stuff that was really fun during this. We did some square foot gardening, and that was really a lot of fun. We need to do that again. And, just various field trips that we went on, things that we did throughout the year. But I plan to do something similar to this with the kids this year, only instead of a scrapbook, I'm planning to use just a photo book. I get a photo book made every year of our family events, and I can show you one of those later, but that's what I'm going to do for our school year this year, so I've been saving those. And then I have all of our piano books right up here. That's all of the piano books we're working on this year, and I still have my schedule. I have made a few adjustments to it, and that's pretty much it there. That's how the first week of school is going, and that's the cleaned up schoolroom, and we are at the end of week 2. I can definitely say that this is not blue and this is not green.